What's up, everybody? My name is Tesmer. I'm a farmer's insurance agent here in California, and today we're going to go over a bunch of different ways on how you can save money on your home insurance. Let's get into it. So the number one way, and this is going to decrease the price by far the most, and it's very, very obvious, is you want to bundle where you can. So especially with farmers, if you bundle your home and auto together, the home decreases in price by 25%, and then your auto will decrease in price by 17%. On top of that, if we have one of the verified job discounts, that will go down from an additional 5 to 15% off. So if you bundle your home and auto and you have one of the verified job discounts, your price will go from 100% all the way down to 60% cheaper, just like that. So those are two massive ways of bundling and having one of the job discounts. Number two people in your home is the perfect sweet spot, okay? So this we of course need to be honest about, but were you single before and somebody just moved in? Or did you have your son or daughter at home and then they went away to college and now it's just you and your husband or wife? So there's only two people in the home. So in the eyes of an insurance company, two people is the absolute sweet spot. They think if you have one, it's more likely for a claim to happen, like the stove is on and the fire starts and nobody noticed. If you have three, there's too many people in there now, and then more claims might happen, and more with 4 and 5 and 6 and so on. But the perfect amount is 2, and of course, again, we need to be honest about it. But if somebody just moved out or somebody just moved in and we have 2 people now, tell your insurance agent, they can make it cheaper for you. Number 3 is installing a home security system, so having like a Ring doorbell, an ADT alarm, something like that. So these are going to give you an additional discount. A lot of people are installing them now, and I get a lot of phone calls and stuff like that, people saying like, hey, I just installed them. I'm like, oh great, we're going to give you the discount. So the Ring doorbells especially, they're becoming more and more popular. So if you get one or you have one, make sure to tell your insurance agent. Number 4, we can lower your personal property. And so the reason I say this is, why would you want to lower my personal property, right? So typically we have 2 options. We have 55% of coverage A and 40% of coverage A. And so coverage A is your dwelling, how much it costs to reconstruct your home. So Zillow says my home is $550,000. That's not saying much in Southern California at all. But the reconstruction cost is $375,000 because no insurance covers the price of land, right? Because land is irreplaceable. So personal property is 55% of that. So that's about like $180,000, $190,000 for personal property. I don't own that much stuff at all. This doesn't include cars. This doesn't include jewelry, anything like that. So maybe like your couches, your electronics, your furniture, and anything. So if you took the house and shook it upside down, anything that would fall, that's your personal property. Okay, so. In my opinion, I think 55% is way too high, so I lowered mine to 40%, so I saved money that way because, yeah, I think that 55% is just too high. Number 5, we can lower our separate structures. So we have 2 options here. We have 10% of coverage A, or we have 5% of coverage A. For me, myself, I have a normal tract home. So if my home were to burn down, my separate structure, so this is everything that is not attached to your home, so like walls or fences or sheds or pools, okay? So I would have 5%, which would give me about like $16,000 from the example before, and that would be plenty. I would just have to replace a brick wall that's kind of like separating my house from my neighbors, and a concrete patio, that's it. But if you have a pool or a bunch of sheds or something like that, this is probably something we don't want to touch, right? Because it's going to cost a lot more for you to get those things back. Whereas my house, there's not a whole lot outside, just like a little concrete patio and some walls. That's it. So we can lower our separate structures, maybe from 10% to 5%, save you a little bit there. Number 6, loss of use coverage. So loss of use coverage usually comes in 2 percentages. We can either do 20% or 10%. And again, loss of use coverage is if something happens to your home, you need another place to live, so you have another roof over your head for the year or 2 years where your home is being rebuilt. This is where the coverage kicks in. So if you need to stay in a hotel, if you go traveling, whatever you do, as long as you have a roof over your head, this bill will be refunded. So, but when you think about it, so my coverage A is like $375,000. If I have 20%, that's about $70,000. So do I need $70,000 for a year to live? That's a lot. So do I need $6,000 a month to rent a place? No, I don't. So like $3,000 would be perfect for, especially for Southern California, to rent another home. That would be totally fine. So I personally lowered mine from 20% to 10%. So maybe talk with your insurance agent and they can do the same for you too. Number 7, always check if a home is insurable before you buy it, okay? So home insurance claims are a little bit different than auto claims. Auto claims stay on your record for 3 years, okay? Home insurance claims stay on the home and the person for 5 years, okay? So let's say I buy a new home and okay, I'm all the way through escrow, it's right before closing date. Oh, I need to get my insurance. And then I find out my insurance is just through the roof because 4 years ago somebody had a massive water claim in there, okay? That doesn't go away with the person, that stays with the home, okay? And let's say you accidentally burned down your home and then you go to another home, your insurance is going to be drastically higher with your new home because you have this massive claim on you, okay? So always make sure beforehand that you do not, or that you do get a home insurance proposal on whatever home you're going to buy first, because you don't want to see that it's absolutely uninsurable right before closing date. And number 8, I know this is what insurance is for, but we really have to look at our deductible and how much a claim is going to be. If our deductible is $5,000 and we have a $6,000 claim, yeah, you're going to be getting $1,000 from your insurance company after you pay the $5,000 deductible, right? But then you're going to have a claim on your home and yourself, and the price is going to be drastically higher for 5 years, okay? So that's not going to be worth it. And I get it. I don't want to pay my insurance premiums, and I'm an insurance agent, right? It's extremely useful when you need it. If your entire home burns down, thank God you had insurance, right? But if your water heater leaks, sometimes that's just a cost that we need to eat and not affect our insurance premium because it's going to just go up too much, okay? So before you file a claim, this is why having a insurance agent, like a company like Farmers where you have your own personal agent, is so good because they can calculate, okay, if we file a claim, how much is your price going to go up? What are the effects going to be? If you're with Geico, like all of the companies that just advertise for price all the time, and again, a little fun fact here, so all the companies that do advertise for price like that, it's because the prices are so low. The only thing that keeping the customers there is the price. So that's why they have to advertise to get new people coming, because people will leave at the drop of a hat if they find a cheaper price. So before you file a claim, make sure you talk to your insurance agent first to see if it's going to be worth it. All right, everybody, well, those are a bunch of different ways on how you can save money on your home insurance. And if you need a quote and you live in the state of California, I'd be more than happy to write a quote up for you. Again, my name is jtesmer. My contact info is below, and thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next one. And it's a little baby channel, but if you don't mind liking and subscribing, it would really help, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much, and don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Thank you so much. Take care.